All right, YouTube. Just Chike back in the fucking building. Let's get to the video. So really what I want to talk about is simply like the overall mindset and the attitude you should have. And a lot of people really ain't gonna accept this, and it's hard to accept. Had to fix my fucking camera, but yeah, it's hard to accept. This is gonna be a hard pill to swallow. But some of y'all may know this, but the world does not give a fuck about your situation, your condition, your obligations, your time. It does not care. You could have 4 kids, 2 jobs, and 12 credit hours that you're taking. And the world will not care. If you don't work out, you're just gonna get fatter and fatter. If you drink, you're just gonna get unhealthier and healthier. The world does not care if you have bipolar disorder. The world does not care if you have clinical depression. The world does not care about your situation. The world does not care about what it is that you're going through. So what sort of attitude you should have? And for my nerds out there, I fuck with anime hard. So for those of y'all that know Berserk, there's this scene where the hero Guts, he's basically in hell, and a bunch of bad stuff happens. I'm not gonna say what happens, but for those of y'all that know, go ahead and just put some emojis in the comment section. All right, be respectful. All right, this is a real rated R show, but he's basically in a helpless state, and he gets his arm bitten off by a demon, and his sword is broken, and basically he's completely helpless. And despite that, he's still running towards the enemy to basically slit the enemy's throat. And I give this gruesome analogy for a reason. We can go to the Bible now, because I always like to do that, only because I'm just familiar with the stuff that happens in the Bible. But Jacob wrestles with God, and God basically wrenches his hip out of his socket. Now your hip is a ball and socket joint. All right, so if it comes out that socket, I don't know about you, but I'm passing out. And despite that, he still held on. He still held on to the angel. And the point is, what did he say? What did he say in that moment? He said, "I'm not gonna let go until you bless me. I'm not gonna let go until you bless me." So this brings me back to what I'm talking about now. The world doesn't care about your lack of opportunity. You create your own opportunity. You create your own time. You make your way to get the gym. You make your way to get education. You make your way to get some money. You only reap what you sow. You only get back with as serious as you take yourself. Let me try and articulate that better. The results that you get in life is a reflection of how serious you take your life. The results that you get in life is a reflection of how serious you treat your time, of how serious you take your life. I'm tired of this motivation bullshit. I honestly, genuinely don't feel like doing a whole lot of things. I'm genuinely a lazy person. But what is my instinct? What is your instinct? Is your instinct to crumble in the face of feeling like shit and being a piece of shit and failing and relapsing? Or is your instinct to take the hardest route because that's what you should do? And most people's instinct is to take the easiest route. It's genetically wired into us as human beings. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Relapse, whatever it is, whether it's drugs, gaming, gambling, pornography, whatever it is, that shit does not matter. This whole world of that you see on the internet, alpha male this, alpha male that, beta male this, beta male that shit does not exist. That shit does not matter. What matters is what you do. And what matters is what you do. And you have to be honest with yourself to see what type of stuff do I want done in my life. I want more muscle. I want to be better with my relationships. I want to attract a girl and have a girlfriend. Okay, then what do? You learn game. Oh, but I have this excuse and that excuse. I don't give a fuck. You better be shameless with your methods. You better be shameless with your methods. You want to hit the gym? I know there's people in Africa that use tires for weights. They use sandbags. Be shameless with your methods. Be shameless with your opportunities. You got a junkyard, take some stuff from the junkyard and bring it home and use that as weights. I don't give a fuck what you do. It's up to your situation. You don't want to pay $45 a month for a gym membership? That's fine. I do. Because I like Anytime Fitness. You want to know why? Because it's 24/7. Because sometimes I work 2 jobs and I still want to get a fucking workout in. So I clock in at 2 a.m. to hit the gym. Why? Because I don't care. The world doesn't care about my situation. The world does not care that I just worked 12 hours. The world does not care that you got kids at home. So what, you got kids at home? You're going to be fat. You're going to get cardiovascular disease so that when you're in the hospital because you're obese and overweight, you got to go trust some shady ass goddamn neighbor or family friend or whoever to go raise your kids while you're sitting up there sick. What if you die because you're unhealthy? Then what? But you have an excuse. Oh, because I'm too busy. Yeah. But how bad do you want it? Like this is the hardest pill to swallow. And this is just kind of like where I'm at in life. And people that don't have people in their life, people who are like lonely and alone, you're in the best position of your life because you can really go ahead and be grimy and be rock bottom with your methods of improvement without hurting anybody, because it takes a lot of time from people. I'm gonna tell you what, when it came down to attracting women, I had no game. I did not understand women at all. I was raised by a single mother, cussing me out every day. I had low self-esteem. Just because I had muscle didn't mean, I got lucky here and there, but buddy, I read books. I read a lot of books. A lot of y'all can't sit up there and say that. I watched videos. I had to learn. A lot of y'all can't say that y'all do that. A lot of y'all are ashamed of that, but y'all rather sit up here and struggle with the chick. Meanwhile, she hit me up and I'm not replying to her. A lot of y'all sit up here and say, man, I'm tired. I ain't even been to the gym in a minute. I ain't been to the gym in a minute. I just been busy. Working a 8-hour job like everybody else. And I understand that, but don't complain about it to me. If you haven't done it, don't complain about it to other people. Because even though you were busy, you still could have done it. You have to. I really hope you're comprehending what I'm saying. It's not just about women. It's not just about fitness. Even with money. Like, it's just your attitude towards life is like, what is your instinct? And, I understand people's instincts need to get to a point where they would rather be the grimiest fucking covered in dirt ass looking person grinding for their life than be in a state of sorrow and regret. That post relapse clarity that you get when that low tonic dopamine feeling, you just feel foggy. You feel like, I wonder if you understand what I'm talking about, like the feeling that I'm talking about here. It feels like you're in hell mentally. I would rather sit up here and suffer in the rain, covered in dirt, muscles aching, great ass pump, feeling accomplished, haven't suffered, than have hell in my mind because of dumbass decisions that I made, dumbass decisions that you made. And that is the point. You have to hit rock bottom. I'm reading this book called The Mountain Is You. And simply, the people don't understand, but the human mind basically prioritizes not happiness, but comfort. Your mind will allow you to be unhappy if it means that you're comfortable. So what does that mean? Well, This isn't really a hypothesis anymore because it's been proven. But what if somehow the brain identified the thing that made them so comfortable with extreme discomfort? What if somehow you could make that area of comfort that you surround yourself with, that's cancering you, that's killing you, what if you can transmute that into your mind and make your mind recognize that as extreme discomfort to the point where you'll never go back to that state? That's called rock bottom. You have to fathom rock bottom. You have to fathom hell. Rock bottom is when the meth addict or the drug addict is high out of their mind and their kid is watching them and they're ashamed of themselves. Rock bottom is when someone is binge eating and they bust into tears because they look at themselves in the mirror. Rock bottom is when someone can't get up from their seat because they ate themselves half to death. Rock bottom is when you get a girl and you catch her with another man, and she says, I thought we were just friends. Rock bottom is when you're not strong enough to defend yourself or defend someone that you love because you don't fucking take care of yourself, and your kid gets hurt and your kid gets snatched up. These are just things I think about as a man. And a wise man doesn't necessarily have to hit rock bottom. He can just fathom somebody else's rock bottom and then propel his life in a different direction. See, I think, what if somebody tries to hurt my future kid or my future wife? He's not gonna get away until I smack the beard up off his face. But I can't really do that unless I bench 315. What should I do? Hit the fucking gym. That's the point. That's the point. But the point with rock bottom is a turning point in which, dang, these things that made me comfortable, this has brought me to a state of extreme discomfort. I'm gonna change my life. And that's where lucky people hit that point. That is the best moment of your life. Because that is a point when people change their life. But here's the scary part. A lot of people don't hit rock bottom. They're stuck between rock bottom. Like, they're stuck between the floor. Here, like, this is rock bottom, right? They're like right here. They're like right there below rock bottom. Like, there's just enough comfortability, and they haven't hit rock bottom just quite yet. Because rock bottom is ultimately a perception. It's ultimately subjective. Rock bottom for you can be different for me. Someone can enjoy being surrounded by trash and dirty food, playing the Xbox for 12 hours a day, living with their parents at the age of 30. For me, that's past rock bottom. For me, that's hell. But for some people, that's just right there, right above rock bottom. And to that situation, I say, I have no idea what you're going to do at that point. But guys, I'm not going to ramble on too long with this video. I don't care if you just relapsed. I don't care what you did. What matters is what you do right now. And you're only going to do what you need to do until you adopt the mindset of, the world does not give a fuck. It does not care. Like, it does not care what you're going through. You have no energy, no money, no nothing. It does not care. You must do whatever it takes by any means necessary. Get grimy, get dirty, get uncomfortable to do what you need to do, regardless of how you feel. And people who hit rock bottom, doing what they need to do becomes their instinct. And that's what you need to have. That's what you need to find. So with that being said, guys, I hope this video was motivating for you. Get to the work, get to the money, get to the gains. Just Chike signing out. See you on the next one. Peace.